Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. Playing a flashback draft, Premier Draft, Zendikar Rising. Usually I don't start the video till I'm in the draft, so you guys don't have to wait for me to queue. But I thought this time I would rather do the intro while before we get started, because I don't remember this draft format super well. Like, I played quite a bit of it when it was new on Arena, but I think it was new on Arena at the time. I don't really know. Let me make sure I have up my draft sim reference list as well in case I'm. Anyway, let's get in there. I just wanted to get that proviso that I don't remember it as well as I used to. Well, I guess it's sort of true of everything, right? But I don't remember it as well as, for example, Bloomborough. I could instead play another Phantom Sealed in Bloomborough with, this account. And that is a good way to get your dailies, but it's just, I don't like Sealed that much. Not that excited about Bloomborough. I'd rather play a competitive event where people have a reason to want to win. So yeah, I have like the pick order list and reminders of what the various archetypes were. I know party was a popular thing, and like a ton of creatures have either warrior, wizard, cleric, or rogue on them. And there are some color pairs that just like have a ton of rogues. For example, like blue black is just a ton of rogues. Red white has a ton of warriors. Blue red has a ton of wizards. Black white has a ton of clerics. There's also like a couple color pairs that have good amounts of everything, right? Like red black kind of has everything. Black gets the clerics and the rogues. Red gets the warriors and the wizards, kind of thing. And there are cards that pay you off for having a full party. There are cards that pay you off for having like a particular party type. Landfall was a big thing. There's also a ton of modal DFC lands that you can play as spells or lands. That was important. Landfall. What else am I missing? Yeah, kicker. There's a lot of kicker stuff here. Oh yeah, Green Black is supposedly playing counters. We'll see about that. Hopefully I'll recognize which cards are good at least. I'm now looking through Draft Sim's list. I don't know. I mean, yeah, most of the stuff at the top, I'm like, yeah, if I saw this again, I would think it's good. A little surprised Omnath's only 17, but I guess 4 colors is a lot. Were there a lot of duels in this format? I feel like there weren't, right? Let's look. I'm not seeing any yet. Is there an Evolving Wilds in here at least? No. There's a couple lands that can tap for any color for specific things, like there's something that cares about party creatures, right? Some land that's any color but only for party spells. Yeah. Okay, we're finally in. There's an alchemy version of Base Camp, which doesn't need to be tapped anymore, but we're not playing with alchemy, so it doesn't matter. All right, so it's tough to get more than 2 colors because there's very little fixing, it seems like, which is another reason Omnath is not so hot, I assume. Come on, can you hit? Please don't make us queue up again. Thank you. All right, Lotus Cobra, that's a classic. I mean, it goes in queue, but I assume it's good in draft. It's not as good, probably, but it's still good. Royal Eruption was really solid removal. Electromancer is really nice to be able to cycle. You could play several of these for 0 mana. Like, I think I take the Cobra. Let's see what Draft Sim thinks. Says Cobra's pretty good. Royal Eruption's worse. Okay, good. That's what I thought too. Oh yeah, this Colossus fits well into like a party deck where you can cast it for 3. Fourth Grave's not that exciting. Ardent Electromancer, I'm curious how good it thinks that is. Not nearly as good as what we have. Okay, take the Lotus Cobra. So green is one of the landfall colors. Bolligad Recovery, pretty good as I recall. Surefooted Infiltrator was a lot harder to get in than you would like. Roiling Vortex, I don't think that's very good in Limited. This guy was okay in the landfall decks. I think it's got to be Bolligad Recovery, right? Yeah, it says that's a pretty good card, and it's in the color we already have. I'm on board. Yeah, so these are mostly... I mean, there's a cycle of like 5 of the lands that you can bolt yourself to have them ETB untapped. But generally speaking, all the rest always enter tapped. So if you see something that's a DFC, you don't really have to look at the back. You just know it says, it enters tapped. And it taps for 1 color. Ooh, Rabid Bite. Reclaim the Wastes was fine. Lullmage's Domination. Pretty powerful in the mill deck, and not terrible in other decks. Relic Vial, key ingredient in the Cleric deck, as I recall. I think you just can't not take Rabid Bite here. How good does it think Lullmage's Domination is? Pretty good. Likes it better as a first pick than Rabid Bite, which I agree with, but with 2 green cards already that are both quite good, I'm happy to take the Rabid Bite. Well, this is a strong card in the Wizards deck, that's for sure. But Kazandu Stomper, great. Great common for the green decks. You don't need 4 of them, but like to pick up your DFC, it's like a huge creature. You get to pick up your DFCs and use them again as spells after you use them as lands early. So it's even less of an issue to have played them as lands early. I am seeing a lot of blue go by, which is noteworthy, and very little green and white, which are the main like landfall colors that green would pair with. So if we pair with blue, that would be like Simic. Oh, sorry, of course it's Simic. But Simic's theme allegedly is kicker, and green-black's theme is counters. So I guess that's something to think about. But for now, green seems to be doing just fine. This guy was fine. This is like a finisher. Yeah, none of this is amazing. We could take a landfall card, but this is not one of the best ones. I think you do just take a green creature. It's like a big creature, right? 5 mana for a 4/5. Getting it to be a 4/5 is very easy. Getting it to be bigger is a little harder, but not impossible in green. Wasn't this card kind of gross? But only in the Cleric's deck. I don't think you really want Reclaim the Wastes. We could take another Stomper, but it's kind of early to be having so many giant creatures. I think instead I'm going to grab a Field Research, because blue seems kind of open. Actually, Pyroclastic Hellion. We haven't seen that much red, though. I think blue has been really flowing. Let's try picking this up. Yeah. Risen Riptide. I still have vague memories of a deck I played that had like 4 or 5 Risen Riptides, and it was just like smash them every turn. Spell Shield quite nice. Canopy Baloth is whatever. But yeah, I think Risen Riptide is quite a powerful card. The other blue cards here are fine. Oh my god, it's stuck to my hands. Tell me we're gonna... Hello? Tell me I get the Riptide. I can't put it down. Okay. Good. good, and now we seem to be back to normal. Kind Geyser Mage, pretty nice. Yeah, not much else here that's good. What is Blood Beckoning? Okay, it's pick stuff up out of the graveyard. Sure. This is pretty good in the green-white deck for making landfall triggers go off over and over again. But I don't think white is very open. Negate's okay. Scale the Heights. I think we're going to get more chances to get a Scale the Heights. There were several in this first pack, as I recall. Marasa Brood is nothing to write home about. Sure, Reclaim the Wastes if I end up needing like a bunch of mana, which blue-green probably will. Yeah, here's both of these cards again. I'll take Scale the Heights this time. Okay, I mean, green looks open. That's a place to be. What are you? Not a thing for me. This is pretty nice, I think. I mean, it's okay. But what else are we taking here? I guess maybe a counterspell? Yeah, I think we just grabbed the Vastwood Fortification. You're always happy to get DFCs, even if what they do isn't that amazing, because it just increases your flexibility. Makes it harder for you to flood out or screw, because you have a lot of cards that can be mana or spells. A lot of 3-mana stuff, huh? I don't really want the Broken Wings. I just don't... It's a sideboard card, and in Best of One, you just don't play those. Nissa Zendikar, also a way to get DFCs back to hand to use them again. Field Research is okay. Zendikar is meh. This is meh. I might take the Hellion, like, just in case red is a place to be. Like, do you really need Field Research? A second Field Research? I think this would just... I don't think red is open. Let's take another Field Research. Ooh. It's nice. Don't need another Field Research. Another Stomper is probably not a priority. This guy, Gaining Life, is nice. Spell Shield is nice, but I'll take the DFC for sure. Well, actually, how many instants and sorceries do I have? Like, oh my god, so many. Okay. Maybe I could use some more creatures. What is this? Oh, terrible. I remember this. Colony Ambush. Great. DFC removal. Be nice to get the Scythe Cat back, I guess. This guy was just a decent creature. Chilling Trap, I mean, not for me. I don't think this is very good. It's like, it lets you save up mana from turn to turn, but only for kicked spells. And it doesn't even really... You spend 2 mana to get 1 mana on a future turn. 1 extra mana. Ooh, Low Mage's Familiar, I remember, was great. Even over Rabid Bite, I think. This is just so nice. It's a big butt. It makes mana. It gains life. Exactly what you want in a slow deck. Horn Beetle, I don't think is doing anything. Nectar Thingy is okay. I might go for the Skyclave Relic. I mean, this is a 1/3. It stalls out sort of well, but Skyclave Relic has some upside for like splashing stuff and also just for like. Oh, we love the sapling. There were cards we saw earlier that you know, we have a card somewhere that cares about how many colors of mana you spent on it. What is that? Oh, this thing, yeah. So, you know, Relic helps a little bit with that. You can tap it for black or whatever. Another Scale the Heights has got to be better than Spare Supplies, right? The Spring Mantle thing's fine. Stomper Wield. I think I want that over Ascetic. That's how you pronounce it, right? Ascetic? Wow, all the green cards in this pack wield. I have a lot of 3s, but I think this is a better one than the others I have. My party sucks, so I don't want that thing. I don't need another Zendikar. One is more than enough, probably. Yeah, my party would be maybe a warrior, maybe a wizard. Like, we have a couple. Oh, nice. Looks like I'm taking another Balaged Recovery. Just because it's a DFC. Better than the sapling, I'm fairly... Oh, well, I mean... The Sproutling is so... It's such a good rate. 3 mana for a 3/3 is fine in this set. And you can also kick it to get extra value, like a lot of extra value. But I think just lands, man, they're so good. Counterspell? Or a Death Toucher? I don't know that we're really countering very much. Like, Field Research is a sorcery, not an instant. I guess Saloon Vision could, you know, use mana at instant speed, but I think I just want a little Death Toucher. Get an easy trade off with whatever they're playing. Early game or late game, really. This Royal Mage was excellent. It's playable in the early game, and in the late game, it's a big value win. Oh, well, I don't know about excellent. I was thinking of the one that the Geyser Mage that like bounces a creature. This one's less good, but still fine. Bubble Snare for some removal. We are a bit short on that. I don't think I need Reclaim the Wastes. I mean... Yeah... Well, I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll cut later. Zendikar's pretty weak, too. What is this? Yeah, not that good. Just take another Death Toucher or another 1/1, I think. I already have 2 of these guys. It's not to say I shouldn't take another. A 2-mana play is pretty good, but I think we have some pretty reasonable late game inevitability, and I just want like 1/1s that can trade with their shit. I don't remember there being great ways to do 1 damage to a creature in this format, so we're not like terrified about that. Bane Veil's okay. Might of Marasa, I think it would be nice to have a combat trick. Although, I mean, I already have so many non-creature spells. I think I'm supposed to take a land here. It's a decent combat trick that's also a land. Rabid Bite is great. Skyclave Pickaxe. This wasn't bad, actually, right? There's a way to push through a lot of damage, potentially. And it's that or like a 3rd copy of a mediocre card. Nice, the Sproutling Wield. I was definitely, I guess, right to take the land then. Definitely better than everything else here. Got another Survivor, or I could take a Baloth. Yeah, I'm a little bit short on huge stuff. Well, no, I'm not. I haven't done look at this stuff. Just give me more early game, please. Okay, more huge stuff, I guess. A reach dork. I mean, do you really want 4 of these? I think I'd rather have the option to run Adventure Awaits. Okay, and I got the 1/1 as well. So green was a great color. We didn't get like any insane rares, but we got tons of filler. So that's nice, I guess. Alright, and I don't remember having so many cards to cut ever in my life. But we actually aren't cutting quite that many because some of these are lands. Right? Like these are land-ish cards. I think what I want to do is say, like, which of these do I hope to play as a land, and which do I hope to play as a spell? I'd like this one to be a spell. This I really want to be a spell. These, I don't know, could go either way. Maybe just put 1 in each pile. And so sort of imagine we're cutting at least 2 lands to run the rest of this. I think it would be very reasonable to cut a 3rd. More than that is getting a little bit questionable, maybe. Ah! Come back. Didn't mean to click on it. Okay, so now we have like our landish stuff over here, and this is our real actual spell curve. I think 3 of these Blight Blades is kind of ridiculous, but I can't cut that many creatures to still wind up with a reasonable deck. So this is like 20 lands, which obviously that's a lot, but a lot of them are things we're just happy to like play as non-lands. Right? I don't know. I think the Turn Timber Ascetic is going to be way better than Spring Mantle Clerics. Like, these are 5 mana 3/4s. No. 5 mana 4/5s that are maybe 5/6s. Maybe, but probably not, because like I only have 1 relic. So these are like 4/5s. This is a 5/4 that gains 3. So let's just like get rid of both of those. And a Zendikar. And now I don't really need the relic for anything. Scale to Heights, pretty optimistic. Like, it just like does a bunch of mediocre stuff. Added together, it could be worth something, but a lot of the time you don't get much value out of playing the additional land. So it's like 3 mana, draw a card, put a counter on something. It's okay, but it's not great. I think Negate is out of here. Adventure Awaits, look at 5. There's plenty of creatures I'd be happy to get. Oh, the Geyser Mage. This is the card I was thinking of when I was talking about Royal Mage. So we do have one of them. Great tempo play, even if it does cost 6. Morasa Brute, we have way better stuff than that. The 2 Saplings are just strictly better brutes. Snarecaster, I don't really care about reach. I'm just going to fight opponent. I'm just going to attack until they're dead. Okay, 16 creatures. That's about as low as we should go, probably. So the last 7 cuts have to be non-creatures. Oh, it hurts. Okay, get the Scale to Heights out of here, I guess. Oh, this is a land. I missed that. So maybe I could cut 1 more land? I'm running 21 if you count all of these. And if you count each of them as half a land, which is like 1 guideline you can use, then I'm sort of playing like 17 lands, which is fine. Yeah, I think cutting another land is maybe not a good idea. Well, I have Reclaim the Wastes. I could cut this instead, though. Am I crazy? Like, it seems like this is way too many creatures, and yet isn't it kind of a normal number of creatures? What am I missing here? In a typical limited deck, you'll have 40 cards, 17 of which are lands, leaving you 23 spells. On average, you're running like 6 non-creature spells in a healthy creature-based deck. So that leaves you 17 creatures, right? No. 23, yeah, 17 creatures. So this is a normal number of creatures to put in a deck. For some reason, it just looks like too many to me. I guess part of the issue is that like I'm using up my entire non-creature spell budget on these DFCs, which I'm sort of thinking of as lands some of the time, and I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a way to play lands over and over for Pickaxe. Like, I can play one land a turn, and that's it. So, I don't know that this is so great. How do I have so many? That's these DFCs, man, I guess. Just makes it like I think these are just really the essential non-creature spells. Maybe you could get rid of Adventure Awaits. But it's a nice way to, like, you know, quasi-tutor for a suitable spell. Right, it's impulse for creatures, but at sorcery speed. Sort of. So I think it's nice to have that in a creature-focused deck. I'm probably supposed to cut lands. Like, I mean, I'm running 21 of them. No, 23? Oh, wait, is that right? 15 plus 6, 21. Okay. But if I'm thinking that, like, of my 6 DFCs, I hope to play 4 of them as spells and the other 2 usually as lands. So it really is just like, there's 17 lands here. These are insurance against Mana Flood. And this is a huge pile of non-creature spells, right? So I could cut a non-creature spell I don't especially love, like Salundi Vision. Except that I have, like, 11 instants and sorceries. It's an impulse for instants and sorceries that digs 6. And it's also a land. Like, how can you say no? I guess it costs 3. Maybe that's how you say no. All right, tell you what, get that out of here. Do I have much draw? I mean, it's basically just Adventure Awaits and these 2 field researches. Maybe I can cut 1 field research. But it's a kicked spell. I have Risen Riptide. Risen Riptide is like the only thing that cares about kicked spells, I think. Oh, of course. I thought searching for kicked would, like, only show me cards that care about being kicked. But of course, every kicker card cares about itself being kicked. But no, Marasa Sproutling and Risen Riptide both care about the ability to have kicker spells. Cards with kicker. Oh, and also this thing. Okay, I'll get rid of one field research. I think I want to keep the lands I have. And one of the Stompers? No, I think I want my curve to be a little heavy with stuff like Lotus Petal. It's kind of just Lotus Petal, though. Not Lotus Cobra, I mean, isn't it? Yeah, I have a lot of heavy stuff. Maybe just one Stomper is enough. 15 creatures, a little low, but I think not crazy. It's been a while since I took that long in deck building. I just, it's a new, it's an old format. I don't remember exactly how it all works. Had to think through how to put it together. It's a lot more complicated than Bloomburrow, even if you remember it, of course. Okay. I think we can afford not to play this as a land. We've already got 3. Just keep it as a nice spell. And this way I can play Nightblade on 1, Rabid Bite on 2. I guess I probably am just playing nothing on 2, but I have Rabid Bite available. This is a warrior, right? No, a rogue. Hey, nice to see you. I'm okay biting that just so they don't use it to bite whatever I do, I think. Kind of goofy, but... Deals damage, it doesn't fight. Red-green. It's a 1/3. Could just draw here. Seems pretty reasonable. I could also put a counter on this and hope to fight the 1/3 soon, but next turn I could just do both of those things. So let's draw. Yeah, I got a card with kicker in the graveyard. Nice. Enjoy your life gain, you sicko. Red-green life gain. What a thing. This card did better in green-white landfall, I think, but I don't know. Gruul landfall's pretty good. That's a little scary. Yeah, I think I'll just do the thing I suggested. Counter here. This is an instant speed trick, I guess. Does that make any difference? I don't think so. I guess I still want to do it before they untap, maybe? before they get to play a land. Yeah. I think I'm okay with this. I mean, do I have to? I'm not sure. But I think it's fine. Kick this bad boy to get our draw spell back. Next turn we can draw 3. So I think like all the stuff I did with this ended up being a little bit card negative for me. Because I spent the counter on this, and then I had it fight, and I was like, okay. I spent the counter and the fight on that card, sort of. And then the counter ended up not mattering later. I don't know. But we have like all this draw, so I think it's okay to be a little negative on value to get ahead on tempo. Like we're on 6 lands, they're on 3, but they finally got down a mana rock. I kind of hate this. But I just have bigger creatures than they do. So I think I want to bubble snare the 1/1. Well, the elemental. With this blue mana. I don't have to kick because it's already tapped. And then I can play this to get back my draw again. I guess, not that it matters. And now we have a choice. I could put a counter on this 3/3 and swing with it as a 4/4, trading here. Or I could play the Scythe Cat and hope to make it extra big and like it's more mana efficient that way. But I think I don't need to be mana efficient at the moment. I just want to keep pushing in damage, right? Great. This thing has drawn like 8 cards. Oh, man. Okay. Well, let's do this again, I think. Chump this time, huh? That's interesting. I wonder what that's all about. I'm gonna get the Scythe Cat out here so I can get this down as a counter and then pick it up later to be reused as a spell. The color doesn't matter because I'm not spending it. Maybe not my best sequencing ever. How are they still at 20? I guess these things have been gaining life. That's pretty cool. Ah, they have their own thing. Okay. I'm happy to chump the 6/5 with a 1/1. These aren't doing much otherwise. Oh, I should have tapped... Okay, hang on. And I didn't... I meant to... I was like, oh, I can just... But I wanted to tap this one so I could bounce it. And now I won't have enough mana to play this because I screwed it up if I pick this card up. Will I? No. Okay, well, I guess I can just wait on that. This is a little embarrassing. -2, -0. So this would be a 4/5. So now this threatens to completely block. So we can go in with these two. Block and win the combat. Yeah, so maybe I wanted to hold this up anyway, and so it's fine that I didn't get the Ascetic down. I don't know. The Ascetic also would have been a fine trade for the 6/5. +1/+1. Oh no. Really? What's that blocking? That seems awful. What are you doing? They're like, wait a minute, he has a 6/5. Okay. Why offer the trade? Yeah, good question. I guess there's one downside to playing a combat trick and then playing it face up as a land, and well, I guess technically it's face down, huh? It's transformed. It's not face down. Anyway, playing a combat trick and then putting it back into your hand is the opponent knows you have it. Kill whatever you want from among those, just in case they have a combat trick. I don't want to make a tiny block. But they can't kill both, unless they have a combat trick, and then I can use this. So I think that's fine. Two damage. Okay. So now you are threatening to kill both of them. So this saves my 4/4. I think we got him here. I guess I could have attacked with everything. Doesn't matter. Game's been over for a while. I mean, we had a really nice opening, getting a lot of value out of our kicker value stuff. Attack? Simic. Okay, yeah, we have the right dailies for this. Gluck? What a name. Is this a new Bloomburrow avatar? Oh, it's so bad! We have to mulligan this. With a forest, it's okay, but not especially great. Without a forest, it's a disaster. Much better. Wow, this is a good hand. What do you even put back? You can be greedy and put a forest back, but lands are pretty good with a panther in hand. Might be this 2/2? I really want to keep this field research, and I want to keep all the lands and the cat. And I think the Death Toucher is a better thing to have than this junk. Bubble Snare's not a terrible draw. This is a 2/2 that sometimes has Death Touch. Okay. They're not playing rogue colors, but the Death Touch doesn't matter right now anyway. Multiple different forests? Are you okay? Who hurt you? Are we gonna see like 9 different forests, do you think? Looks that way. You have to do a lot of work in the deck builder to have this happen. What is this? Okay. I don't have a lot in my graveyard, but I might someday have enough for this to be a problem. I kind of think the Death Touch is a bigger issue for me, so let's draw here. And then Bubble Snare that for 1. Maybe I should have just offered the trade even, but I don't know. I think this thing's going to be big enough to be relevant. We can get field research back for 6 mana, by the way. Oh, I guess if I'd looked at what I drew, I would have seen Bayeen Veil can kind of deal with this. Make it an 0/2 Death Touch. A 5/5! Help! Well... Hopefully they don't have any way to kill a 1/1, although one imagines they do. Well, it looks like maybe not. For counters, huh? Is there any other abilities? Just no. Okay. Well, it helps their party, I guess. Okay, trick me, I guess. I don't know what the tricks are in this format. Okay. They don't seem to want to kill the 5/4. I remember Subtle Strike. But that would have been okay with me. The 1/1 flying lifelinker is a little annoying because I don't really have a way to deal with flyers at all. It doesn't come back from the graveyard. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get drawing. Okay, I found my way to deal with flyers. I think I'll wait until the 6/5 is bigger. Or wait until I have a combat trick, maybe? Like Bane Veil. Yeah, no attacks. Oh, that's annoying, but I have Rabid Bite for the flyer. Yeah, I think the flyer and kill the flyer and play this thing. Now I have three creatures that contest the 5/5, which is nice. What? Okay. Realized it was a bad attack. Good. Stomper for a counter. Okay. Stomper is big. I don't think I want to return any of their creatures right now. I want to play a land is what I want. So like use this to get back my field research and hold up a trick. Oh, wow, you could be super greedy, pick this up, and then kick it to take the field research. I don't think a 2/1 is worth that. Like 6 extra mana. It's like a whole turn just to get a 2/1. Swing with 5/4? No. I mean, what block am I afraid of? This double block, maybe? Yeah. Oh, also, is this an instant? It is. Oh, no. This is some monster, right? Okay. I need my Rabid Bite back. Oh, maybe that's why I should have picked this up. It would let me pick up Rabid Bite instead of Draw 3, but I think Draw 3 is pretty good. Okay, they're willing to lose this now. I can bounce this at some point when it gets too many counters. Oh, they get the bugs now. Well, that's kind of fun. So if I kick this, yeah. Where are my lands? Hello? Okay, well, I guess I'm playing this one as a land. Would have been better to do that a while ago if I knew I was going to have to do it, but... yeah, this is not good. Oh no, they have this. Okay, I have to double block. Then they kill both of my creatures. Okay, I think I have to block this way. Yeah, I don't think I can handle this. Like, kick this to kick a Royal Mage to get one removal spell for the flyer? It's asking a lot of mana. And their party is so big. They have a rogue, 2 clerics. Oh, why? This like party indicator, it used to light up like based on how big your party was. It would show like 2. I thought this symbol now meant 4, but apparently they've changed it to not be animated, huh? Oh, I should have played the Lotus Cobra first. Whoops. I mean, field research is not going to win this game. I know. I need this guy. I don't know how I could possibly win. If I had the Lotus Petal, I'd have a nice clean, like just play Risen Riptide. But I don't. Lotus Cobra, not Lotus Petal. Alright, take a million. Alright, maybe the deck has more of a problem with flyers than I'm willing to admit. I also maybe shouldn't have used the Bubble Snare here. Like, it seemed important at the time. But there's eventually plenty of stuff in my deck I'm willing to trade for a 2/2 Death Touch, like one of these 3/3s after they've been kicked. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. Way too many flyers. And I think I did make him. I think I actually should have picked up the 6-mana guy from the graveyard to let me get the removal spell, Rabid Bite. Yeah, draw 3 is cool, but killing one of their creatures is really cool. And it only costs 2 mana, whereas drawing 3 costs 6. And I had plenty of cards, and I was still dead, right? This is fine. 3 lands, even if I have to play these as tap lands, which of course I'd rather not. The hell is this? Oh yeah, okay, the wizard thing. I remember that. Ooh. I was gonna play like Island 2/2, then tap land and like Rabid Bite or something. But this is such a good turn 3 play. I think we have to play another tap land. And I'm not gonna Bubble Snare this. They're gonna have more dangerous stuff. Like, it can give their stuff unblockable, sure. But they're going to have, like, flyers or whatever. Okay, 2/4 is great here. Cobra a moment too late, unless... I could wait on this. Play Cobra Island 2/1. Something like that. Or maybe 2/2? I think I like that. So what does this do? It like does... So it's 2 mana and remove all counters to do damage of the appropriate amount. Would I rather trade the Lotus Cobra instead? I don't think so. Like, obviously the Lotus Cobra is a better creature, but at the moment, with a 1/1 on board, the 2/2 does matter. But I think the Lotus Cobra matters. Like, if I hit a land, it's so good, right? And sometimes you don't hit a land. But I have a 2/4 already to block. Their party is size 2. Wait, what dealt damage to me? Oh, this! I really should have blocked with the Lotus Cobra. I didn't notice that. This sucks. I don't even have double... Oh, I do. So I could put a counter and then bite that. But I'd like to play this as a land. Yeah. They're certainly doing the Wizards thing. Oh, it's so big and chunky. Alright, take whichever one of my creatures you want, I guess. You can't really just take 5 here. Kicking this doesn't do anything right now. Kill the 3/3? I think so. The annoying thing is they're going to kill my 4-3 with this next turn, but what can you do? I think I'm just going to run this out as well. It's a solid blocker. And it means like if they want to like kill this thing and then attack, I get to trade for their wizard, and then this has something to pick up. If they can kill both, well, sure, it still has something to pick up. Easy trade. They only have one card left. I think we're weathering the storm here. Could pick back up Rabid Bite. Or I could go digging. I think I like going digging. Because playing a 2-1 into this is not looking so hot. That amulet is a real problem for some of my cards. What are you going to do? I mean, if you have negate, you should use it. Okay. This kind of stinks, but it is what it is, as they say. It's at least not trivial to snipe with the amulet. Oh, it is. Yeah, okay, right. They can do it in response. For some reason, I thought this would be only as a sorcery. Well, it 8 amulet charges. So maybe I'll be kicking this for Adventure Awaits then? So they had a counterspell, I think. Ah! What? This is baloney shit. What are you saying? You can just kill all my stuff for free all game? How am I supposed to win this? Is that... Hang on, is this any target or just a creature? Just a creature at least. Well, I'm gonna need more creatures, clearly. Starting to wish I'd bubble snared the 1/1 way back when. It's gotten in enough chip damage to matter, and I'm at the point where I'm like, I need to bubble snare that 2/1. But maybe I just should be less concerned. Like, Adventure Awaits will pick up something big someday. But I mean, these 2 amulets, it's so hard to beat. Okay, this is great. Yeah, I might just snare this now. Because it's what's letting the 2/1... If I just snare the 2/1, this lets, well, anything cheap get in, basically. And I'm at a low enough life total where I think that matters. On the other hand, right at the moment, they only have 2 charges on this, so like, block here, shoot is something they could definitely do. I think I'm okay with that. I just have to admit that I misestimated like what the game would look like when I decided not to bubble snare this. Oh, they're just gonna steal my creature. That's pretty cool. Oh, man. I don't think I want to kick this. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, get another one back. Just an unlimited source of 3/3s? Yeah, I guess. I didn't even notice that little combo, that these guys could bring each other back forever. That definitely is familiar. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a thing you could do. Stop! Now they don't have, like, face up a way to kill both of my creatures. Okay, now they do. This is so gross! Call the police! Three mana remains. Well, get the other one of these guys and play it unkicked. I need to play whatever it is. I need to play it now because I need two creatures, and if which means I'm never getting to pick this back up for kicker anyway. So I might as well take the best creature I have. Have to block the 2/1 and chump a 4/4 and hope that that works, and then I don't know. We're gonna, I mean, lose eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, that's certainly a way to kill me. Oh, okay. Turns out there was a way to get something back. How much mana do I have? 4, 9. So I could pay 3 and then 6. The problem is I can't, like, pick this guy up and then pick up a Rabid Bite and then play the Rabid Bite. So I think I have to just pick up the Rabid Bite. Your hand's empty, dude. Just let me have my card. I'm gonna need like a Kazadu Stomper and also them to not have anything. Okay, I'm dead. Oh, there was a Stomper coming up sort of soon. These amulets, man. One of them was a lot, but two... they had a great Wizards tempo thing going. I had a lot of value. Really a lot of value. Kind of a weak early game. Just let them stay ahead with the one amulet until they drew the second and really just smashed me. This is fine. I have a 1 and a 2. Even drew an island. Nice. Is it like coward thing? Yeah, okay, so my 1/1 can't block. I could just shoot that. Oh no, when it attacks, I can Bane Veil. And it'll suddenly have 0 power, so I'll be allowed to block, and it'll die. Yes, that's the line. They're like, oh, that idiot, he didn't think to attack. He thought he could block. This isn't a warrior, is it? No, of course not. Oh, the number of warriors. I'm so stupid. They're still going to have 1 warrior. I should have just done something last turn instead of doing nothing. I actually am stupid. This is so weird. Who plays this? Now what have I done? I guess just play this and put a counter on itself. And attack with the 1/1. Thing is, they're gonna play another warrior probably, and then this still won't be able to block. I can Rabid Bite it away. Like this isn't. I don't know. This creature isn't the end of the world. I think it is a warrior. Okay, so Rabid Biting this is okay. Okay, they can't target both of my creatures. I shouldn't have attacked with the 1/1. Because then they would have had to let me block with 1 creature. That was a mistake. Oh, it has haste, right. Everything gets haste because of this shit. They did nothing. They're that afraid of me. Okay. It's kind of a surprise. Should have played this first. Big Stomper? I guess so. It's like, okay, it's just a 3/1. Okay, this isn't too bad. I guess that means they must have a combat trick? Yep. No! Ah! Oh, 1 and 3. I was so bad at this format, I guess. Well, I certainly am bad at it now. Oh, and all my tap lands. Oh, no. I'm dead. They just... Well, no, I can play this, I guess. Or I could pick back up my 2/2. Oh, or my Rabid Bite. Okay. This one so that I can block the 4/3. Okay, we're still in this. It's grim, because everything they play has haste, but it's possible to win. Might be impossible to win now, I'm not sure. Yes, I have died. Ugh, that turn 2 mistake was so brutal. And then also turn 3, like, I mean, I didn't play this game right, that's for sure. Like, thinking I could somehow block it by using a combat trick. I was thinking its creature's power mattered, not mine. Like, with power less than this creature's power is what I was sort of thinking. But that's not what the card says. Number of warriors you control. So, I should have just killed this right away, I think. Yeah, that... oof, 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 oof. Ow. Good beat sounds from my opponent. Okay, 1 win. What a genius I am, I guess, at this format. Did I... Like, I finished my dailies, though, right? Not even this one. I couldn't attack. I was a green deck, and I couldn't ever attack. It was so sad. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.